This is Dr. Brian Adams, and I just want to take just a moment here because we've got a testimony. This is Therese Camacho, powerful woman of God, our team leader for intercession in our church, and she's had an experience with God back in 2008, and we've never had a chance to document this, and we just want to take the time to do it now. She had come into a service on a Thursday night and had recently been to the doctor and been coughing up blood, and man, God was just doing some powerful things during these services. Well, what I'd like to do is for you to hear it from her herself. Go ahead, Teresa, if you would, and just share what God did for you.
Well, as you stated, I was coughing up blood. I went to the emergency room in our local hospital. They did a CAT scan, and when the doctor came back into the room, my father was with me. So when they came back in the room, he said, we found a mass in your right lung. And my dad, the first thing he thought was, well, could it be pneumonia? And the doctor said, no, this is definitely not pneumonia. There's nothing I can do for you. You need to go see a specialist. I was kind of taken back. I'd never smoked, never been really around smoke. So I'm thinking, lung cancer, this is crazy. At any rate, he did not prescribe any medication at that point. I told him I wanted to go to Columbus. Wanted to find a specialist in Columbus. He called, made an appointment. It was going to be 2 weeks before I could get in to see the doctor, to see the specialist. At that time, came out here on a Thursday night service, and you prayed for me, which, I was believing God all the time, but you laid hands on me, and God spoke to me, and he said, Teresa, I'm going to heal you.
Amen. And
I said, okay, God, I believe you. Still was coughing up blood, not quite as much, but still, coughing up some blood. Went to my appointment 2 weeks later. Now, mind you, I had not had any antibiotics, had no medication. And with pneumonia, you have to have some sort of medication. Went, and he scheduled a bronchoscopy. They went in, and when they went in, because I have the CD, I have the disc that says, shows the mass in the right lung. When they go in, do the bronchoscopy, they did a wash, they took samples and everything just to be sure, and they found nothing.
So they had done a scan.
They did a CAT scan.
So there's a picture, there's proof, medical proof.
There's definitely, and I even have the report. I forget what the size was, but I have it. It's documented the size of the mass. And then when they go back in, do the bronchoscopy, they found nothing. That's been over 2 years now, right at almost 3.
You've had no problems since?
No problems ever since. God completely healed me.
I remember that night, and it's amazing, those certain experiences that you remember. But I remember her coming in and telling me something about a mass, and the anointing was so strong that night. We're just seeing this in all of our services. When I laid hands on her, I remember she fell to her knees, then went ahead and went down laying prostrate on her face and began to shake and just cry and weep, because I didn't know at that time, but she just said, now God spoke to her and said that he was going to heal her. And he did indeed. There was a mass, documented medical proof, but then God said, I'm going to have the final word. Man, I'm excited. I thank you so much. Bless you. And just keep walking in divine healing and health. I'm telling you. And God can do the same thing